sing happy tunes and sing Merry Christmas and wish each other Merry Christmas. These children are not going to have a Merry Christmas. How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
Merry Christmas, everyone. Christmas is a time of hope and joy.
King Cuck right there. Oh! All right, guys. Let's get into it. All right. Last week was pretty crazy, huh? So, mark this box on your charts. Top being 586.26, give or take. All-time high right there, and the low here. All right, so a lot of people, looking at their adult diapers for no reason about Israel and Iran. I could not, when it comes to the stock market, care less, because it has nothing to do with Meta's price. Absolutely nothing. Obviously, sucks for civilians, but seems to have calmed down again. So again, another display of theater. Okay. Macho man. All right, so what do we got here? We got this wedge. We've peaked above it and we've peaked below it. Monday is probably going to be spent in here. Now I have some SPX targets for you. Talking to you, Groove Daddy. Here, if we gap down, I expect lower prices. If we hold and possibly gap up, 5837 gonna hit. I still have a few lower targets here. 570 or 5760, give or take, and the lowest is 5726. I don't expect us to go underneath here. I expect these earnings to be banging, and I expect higher targets. All right, so I'll show you all the important charts, but I do want to point out here QQQ's seasonality chart on unusual whales. Now, obviously, October 25th will close right there. I expect a dip Monday, Tuesday, and then this to send off for a few weeks here. Then we'll see once we get to NVIDIA what happens. But I expect overall this week to have a early possible dip and then to rip. Now, very interesting reading. I have for Monday early low, Tuesday early high, Wednesday early high. Thursday and Thursday I have early low, but it's an unclear print, and Friday early low, unclear print as well, because there's a lot of shit going on. So this week I'm gonna try something different. I'll still be on voice, open and close, but here and there I might not be on voice, and I'll just type out what I'm taking. Market tide still very strong, even though the price kind of sucked. Now, there's a few things going on here. And again, let me just show you the last 5 days. We're just chopping. We're chopping, waiting for a move. And the longer we've had this move, bears are gonna be like, okay, yeah, well, the sell is on. It's just been volatile within the range. The fact that we haven't been able to sell off bigly, I think that low we put in there is that's gonna stay there. Now the question becomes, are we going to see the low of the collar? Now, because we've chopped this long, I'm thinking we're making a big shelf here. The big thing to keep an eye out that I've always said is the stock market crash is this. People are still being good little sheep and paying bills as much as they can and all of this to people who then take that money. They can't pay their bills, they just print more. So at some point in time, And I think in exactly 2 years, you're going to have a big problem with the consumer saying we are beyond tapped out. Okay? And that's it. At this point in time, you know, every other crisis except for an, you know, power grid failure the shock value has been eaten up. This is the thing nobody wants to talk about. Why is that? Because of American pride. How are you? I'm doing great. There's not a lot of people who are gonna say I'm having a shit fucking day. Do you understand? It's all a psychological game. How are you doing? Fantastic! See what I mean? So, while people are doing this, this is rising. Inflation is not going down. So, let me explain to you some basic terms if you're new. The higher inflation rises, the higher the stock market has to go in comparison. It has, and I'm gonna tell you again, absolutely nothing to do with the economy. Two separate things. So, the 10-year yield, however, is saying Fed cuts. It's telling us shit is fucked. Okay, great. So now we're gonna go over. Now we're gonna look at our old TLT buddy. Now this is the weekly. Looks like soon there's gonna be a TLT pump, unless it's time for the crash now. What do you need to get to the bottom of the collar? Where's the bottom of the collar? It's right here. You need 5 days of hard selling. Can that happen? Yes, that can happen easily. At this point, if you pull the pin on this market, it fucking evaporates down to here. Okay, here's that inverted head and shoulders we played. Has not retested. All it needs is a retest. Are we gonna play that if that happens? Yes. I'm just throwing out the thing that we're in unprecedented times here. And when I look at the NASDAQ here, right there, I'm going to buy this dip here. There's a few reasons why I'm looking to go heavy and long on QQQ specifically this week. Okay, let's dive into it. QQQ, where are you, my friend? Here you are. All right, first of all, let's go back a little bit, all the way to last summer. I can't believe it's the end of October. What is my price target? My price target is that pre-market high. Why has SPY not been able to go higher this week? Because it has a pre-market high. Now, I told you, if you don't fill it in 3 days, it's gonna remain a target. That's a pre-market high. Look at that candle. Boom! That's a high. Okay, so when all these dipshits on Twitter are posting comparisons with 1929, like, get the fuck out of here. Okay, you know nothing. Okay, so that's a pre-market high. Didn't fill in 3 days, and what do we got? Now it's getting interesting again, right? We're coming up there. We have a plethora of earnings for next week that are directly going to influence this. I think that this last daily candle is, some people might call this a bearish candle. I don't think so. This is them being like, hold your horses, okay? So as you can see, I got 4 different alerts here. I will start scaling in, and I'm gonna trade a little different this week. That's what I said early on. I'm trading a little different. I'm waiting for the money shot. Now, from a psychological standpoint, I want to be deep in the money. That's how I've traded for the few last weeks, and you know why. And then I have that, and then I day trade on it, right? Because a good example is the puts on Friday. I think 300%, they ran 600. It's really hard to gauge exactly when you should be out. But if you're sitting here and this thing rips, you're gonna make plenty of money. So with that said, do I think it's Monday? No, but probably Tuesday and Wednesday, end of the day, I'm looking to load. So I'm gonna lay a little low, and that's my plan. That's my trading plan. Now, besides QQQ, I will probably actually end up playing some meta. I like this. I like that you put in a few. This could go absolutely crazy. No one knows what the valuation is. It's not this. I mean, this was at 89 a while ago. This could go absolutely crazy. Nvidia, look, it's very clear to me that Nvidia is in this range here and will remain in this range into earnings. Now, if I can catch Nvidia at 138, I will buy some this week, because there is a fucking giant dark pool buy here. This whole shelf is a dark pool buy. They're gonna keep it there and they're gonna not let it go to 145. So this is totally playable scalp wise. We got oil earnings. It's gonna be pretty interesting starting Friday. They're probably gonna dump all of them. SMCI, now you got earnings next week, right? I think so. Yeah. Completely dead. If no 10K, if 10K is good, 60s. Literally, this is such a volatile stock. That's where the 10K failure happened. Base, can it go up? Yes. Would it be a crazy inverted head and shoulders if we get a little lower this week? Yeah. I'm gonna put an alert right here. And I'm gonna put an alert right here. And you know my alerts. I put them out when I do this, and then when they hit during the market, I'm like, I don't know. And then they always work. Amazon, not touching it this week. GME, not touching it. McDonald's, yes. All right, so Trump's saying he's gonna fix the ice cream machines. If you're in soft serve, which I am, you know that Taylor is just a slush fund for McDonald's and a perfect example of just utmost fuckery. If I can get it somehow at 288 this week, I will grab some. I'm gonna play this. There is no reason why. Look, here's the shitty earnings, right? Bad earnings. Bad earnings ran like a mother trucker up to here. This is where Trump goes on, sells French fries. Suddenly they got E. coli that they said is Cisco's fault, okay? I'm gonna take a stab at this to the upside. I am. Okay, so. Okay, just gotta write that down. Then we got LRCX. Now this worked and didn't work. Came real freaking close. Crazy premium fuckery. All right. It'll be interesting to see what chips do on Monday, since Trump was not very happy on Joe Rogan about Taiwan. Okay, just saying. So give it a few days to pass. DJT, talk about a missed opportunity. It hit 1175. I think I had my buy order at 1140. We'll be looking for dips on this week, and then send it in, because here's the fact. If Trump loses, America is absolutely toast. Okay, not touching Boeing. Hood still up there. They have earnings, should be good. They're coming out with a whole back end trading station. That's going to be exciting. Hopefully they got some useful tools there. Their hood is going to be way bigger than it is right now. Now Google, very interesting here. You have a inverted head and shoulders going into earnings. Trump actually said Google, that he spoke with Google CEO, who said the McDonald's thing was the biggest thing ever. So you got McDonald's and Google based on Trump here. Last earnings, are you gonna fail me now, sucker? I guess so. Hold on. Last earnings, was good, but it dumped based on like YouTube revenue. So it's election campaign, right? They're gonna be making a bunch of money on ads. So that's why I'm thinking Tuesday I'm gonna take some QQQ already and possibly some Google. All right. So very aggressive style this week, high risk, high reward, as opposed to just other weeks seeing what's going on. Baba, you clearly are carpet cleaning here. This could run at some point in time. I think we're getting ready for a bounce here, but I don't know. I almost feel like the China trade is if Trump loses, this will rip. So UPST. I called out something on Friday. I said Spice doing UPSTs Thursday algo. So we popped, and then we sold and did nothing. So I'm looking for SPY to actually hit that target that I had on SPX roundabout here, probably that volume shelf, and then reject because it's doing UPST, and then so Monday pop and drop. Probably we got an early low that looks to be failing. Let's see. Microsoft. Now this is very interesting. I was very positive about this, but just looking at the stow here and the lack of movement to the upside, maybe it could start a run. Let me check the weekly. It also has earnings. Yeah, could, but it could also be a head and shoulder fail. But they've had a lot of positive news. Obviously, Tesla missed that. Wanted to grab it after the event, never did. Could have many times. Kind of kicking myself in the balls about it, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna touch this until next week's Monday. I'll probably grab some Tesla calls into the election night, and then we got Apple. So plenty of plays just listed. Let's look at what matters, which is the NAMO. Can go either way. I think this goes up. This market is not overbought by any means. Sure, that's coming down Monday, Tuesday, bounce then, and then goes. So I think we go higher end of week. Everything's kind of pointing to it. And I'll show you what I mean. I already showed you the NASDAQ, obviously set up pretty well. At this point in time, it's such a shit show, I wouldn't even pay attention to this election year. But if you want to, you see here that you have a pop here, you have a pop here, and you have a pop there. So very bullish. I think that this last week, unless we have a huge sell, great. If there's a crisis, just buy it. Just buy it, because this is the week that is usually the low. I've gotten so many change signals that I would say we've just absorbed it through time, and we're getting ready to rip here. Another thing to keep an eye on is IWM, meaning the shitty stocks. The only thing that says possible dip at election is this, but you're looking at upside. They're not gonna let everything fail right now. Here's another one. There's your dip, probably early this week, and then up for a good 2 weeks. And remember, just like September, last hour of the month is going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be pretty crazy. So again, Thursday, and I'm gonna look at the calendar here, but you got plenty of upside targets. I mean, come on. And let me just show you the earnings here real quick. Hold on, give me a second. All right, so instead of posting exactly when and where I'm gonna take it, I'm just gonna do now. Monday, I'm not touching any earnings, but I will buy some McDonald's YOLOs into close. PayPal's probably gonna do great. I was on the phone with a rep from SQ Block because they want me to switch over to them. And I asked him, I was like, have you had a lot of signups? He's like, yes. And I asked him, is the stock ever gonna go to the COVID high? And he was like, I hope so. And I was like, trying to fish for info, and looking at how PayPal is up 30% in the last 3 months. Block is definitely lagging. So this is something I'm gonna keep an eye on. This is gonna be on FOMC day. So just putting it out there, if you want to buy some leaps, good chance that this goes. Obviously last time their revenue was down, but I think they're gonna catch up to that and post good earnings. All right, anyways, but yeah, here's my reasoning for grabbing some QQQ already on Tuesday. Snap is gonna be interesting, and B is obviously DFS and Amex already posted mixed earnings. But these two, I don't really see why they would be shit, honestly. This could be a good IV flush. You got Lily if that's your thing. But Wednesday and Thursday are gonna be big boy pants for many reasons. So I want to be in QQQ and possibly get out here. Amazon's earnings are probably gonna be good. Apple, I don't know, could get a haircut, but hopefully I'm not gonna be playing Apple. I'll play Apple if it gives an IV flush. Okay. Now next week, let's look. Why are we all the way in November? We gotta scroll up here. Cover all bases. There we go. So this is something to keep an eye. We got nothing going on Monday morning. We got that. I'll play that, then take a break. I'll be on for this, but this doesn't really mean anything until Wednesday. Okay. Tuesday, jolts. Okay. How is the market gonna interpret this number? I don't know. Let's see. And then you got the big earnings. You got this going on. This is gonna be big. And this is gonna be big. And obviously Wednesday is the big day. And you have that. So there's a lot of upside targets for the sheet show, meaning already on Wednesday and Tuesday. So I'm gonna be scaling into some in the money positions on QQQ. This, I mean, guys, come on. Let's just look at Wednesday here. Wednesday, Microsoft, Meta, Coinbase, Robinhood. Okay. It's gonna be spicy. Then you have this. Now, I don't think they're gonna raise any rates. They said January. So if they don't, that's extra fuel for the fire. Do you see how my plan is shaping up? Can my plan go fucking south at any point and end up in Guatemala? Yes. But I'm gonna try it. Okay. You got this Thursday, you got Core PC. We could have a major upside, major volatility, and then non-farm on Friday. Okay, so you got a pretty neat situation where last day of the month is Thursday. Apple, Amazon, window dressing plus this. So in the money, and then upside target 505 on QQQ. Okay, that's what I'm going in with. And if you're gonna ask me about this trade again, this is what I have panned out. Down to here, bounce, down, and then rip it. Okay, needs to come down a little bit. Doesn't mean we won't get good entries. I'm gonna look at this also earlier in the week due to the rotational nature of this market. Okay, so I'll be keeping an eye on, look at that, I'll be keeping an eye on the ghost candles and the rotation. Thank you all, and if you haven't yet, check out the moon landing trading course, so we speak the same language, and about premiums and psychology and all of that good stuff. It's a good little movie, and I will see you on Monday. God bless.
2 miles in altitude, almost 6 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center already, traveling 500 miles an hour.
Welcome, I'm Mr. Moon Train, and this is the Moon Landing Trading Course. I'm coming at you from my garden in Hawaii. And first of all, I want to congratulate you on being here and doing something about your situation. Huge. Now listen up. This is not going to be a regular trading course, but that's why you're here. Am I right? Today, we're going to go over the 5 areas every trader needs to master and conquer in order to become successful and profitable.